Elizabeth Cady Stanton, 1815–1902, was a pioneering American social activist, abolitionist, and one of the most influential leaders of the early women's rights movement, whose work laid the groundwork for generations of feminist activism. Born in Johnstown, New York, Stanton grew up in a family that valued education and intellectual engagement, which was unusual for women at the time and allowed her to attend the highly regarded Johnstown Academy and later the Troy Female Seminary, one of the first institutions for women's higher education in the United States. Her upbringing exposed her to ideas of equality, justice, and social reform, shaping her lifelong commitment to fighting systemic discrimination. In 1840, Stanton attended the World Anti-Slavery Convention in London, where she and other female delegates were denied full participation solely because of their gender. This experience profoundly influenced her awareness of the parallel struggles for racial and gender equality and inspired her to focus on the fight for women's rights. Alongside Lucretia Mott and other reformers, she co-organized the historic Seneca Falls Convention in 1848, the first women's rights convention in the United States, where she drafted and presented the Declaration of Sentiments, a revolutionary document that declared women's entitlement to equal legal, social, and political rights, including suffrage, property ownership, access to education, and equal participation in public life. Stanton's advocacy extended far beyond suffrage. She campaigned for married women's property rights, legal reform regarding divorce, and broader social reforms challenging the limitations imposed on women by law and religion. She often faced fierce opposition from politicians, religious leaders, and even other reformers, yet she persisted, using her intellect, rhetorical skill, and extensive writing to promote her vision. Her partnership with Susan B. Anthony was particularly significant, combining Stanton's philosophical and strategic thinking with Anthony's organizational talents, enabling the women's rights movement to gain national prominence and maintain sustained momentum over decades. Stanton also played a critical role as a writer and editor, contributing to and founding publications such as The Revolution, a weekly newspaper dedicated to women's rights, and authoring numerous speeches, essays, and books, including The Woman's Bible, which boldly challenged traditional biblical interpretations that reinforced patriarchal authority. Her writings and lectures addressed not only the political and legal subordination of women but also broader cultural assumptions about gender, morality, and human potential, influencing both contemporary audiences and future generations of feminists. Though Stanton did not live to see the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted women the right to vote, her vision, intellectual rigor, and tireless activism were instrumental in creating the legal, social, and cultural foundations for women's enfranchisement. Today, Elizabeth Cady Stanton is remembered as a visionary leader whose courage, intelligence, and unwavering dedication to gender equality transformed American society and inspired the global struggle for women's rights.